Bitcoin right now is consolidating between $40,000 and $44,000. And in today's video, we are going to have a look at what we can expect for Bitcoin in the coming week. And I do have to say, guys, that in today's video, I'm actually going to put out a big warning for the Bitcoin price action, as we are seeing some signs right now of exhaustion in the market. And I will explain to you exactly what this basically means. We are going to have a look at the stablecoin dominance. We are going to have a look at some meme coins. We are going to have a look at the fix. We're going to have a look at derivatives exchange data, Bitcoin dominance, anything you need to know in order to control these markets. So guys, let's jump straight into it. So guys, before I'm putting any warning signal out there, I just want you to know that Bitcoin is in a very strong uptrend. And if we were to be in that 16-year cycle, then it's very likely that we can just push higher, maybe on the ETF approval coming in January. In today's video, I just want to show some charts, some signs that actually have an opposite bias to the bullish perspective. And I think we should take that serious too. Let's have a look at the more bearish signs right now and see what if there's any significance to it, basically, right? We always have to look at both perspectives and not only to check from one perspective. And let's start off with the weekly time frame, because what we're seeing on the weekly time frame is we have very much long weekly close or weekly candles in a row. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 weekly candles in a row. That is really significant. Maybe the previous time we had that was right here, or maybe even the previous time it was right here, 2017. So definitely showing that there is a very strong uptrend. But when we have a look at some resistance levels, we did touch the 61.80% right here. So far, we haven't been able to break above it. This has been previous support and previous resistance as well. It's not only that it is previous support and resistance and the 61.80%. No, it's also that this is the rising channel resistance. So there is very much things aligning at that specific level. And it really makes sense to not break that in one single go. Then a couple other things that we are seeing is on the daily time frame, and these signals that I'm discussing right now can be discussed. So we have like this bearish divergence, right? The price is making higher highs. The relative strength is making lower highs. This is definitely a signal, a bearish signal that can be discussed. Why? Because if we have a look at previous times, right here, we also have bearish divergences. We get a small correction and we just go up. In a bull market, Bitcoin can ignore these bearish divergences pretty hard. Then we go to the next sign, guys. The next sign is the stablecoin dominance. And what we are seeing right here is basically the opposite of what we are seeing with Bitcoin. And that is that we are seeing bullish divergences on this chart. And I want to elaborate a little bit on this. For the ones that don't know the stablecoin dominance, this is USDC combined with USDT dominance. This is a very significant chart which you can use to your advantage and definitely have an edge against other traders, as almost no one is looking at this chart. So if you would just, very simple, short the support, long the resistance, as this chart has an inverse correlation with Bitcoin. So here also long Bitcoin, short Bitcoin, long Bitcoin, short Bitcoin, long Bitcoin, and maybe here short Bitcoin. That's the whole point that I wanted to make. We are right now, we didn't touch that support perfectly, this support that I'm talking about right here, but the level that we are trading right now in the stablecoin dominance is very significant as well, because as you can see, I drew a white line right here, and if we go back to the historical price action of the Bitcoin dominance or the historical chart, we can see this has been previous resistance and also previous support. So there is a lot of trading going on at these specific levels. Although we didn't came down to really touch that declining support right here from this declining channel. So that is something that might be still possible, right? That we just jump right here, we go down one more time, touch that support as we can see right here, create that triple bullish divergence, and then do something like this. Right, and then when this chart is going up, is going to be a correction. I'm not saying that this is just a potential outcome, right? We can also form a rounded bottom right here, and then eventually go up. We even, in a crazy case, we could break down, of course. But yeah, this is not, again, not the only signal, right? This is just another chart showing that we could be close to a top, as this chart is very close to a macro support, and this is an inverse correlation with Bitcoin, which has a lot of significance. But again, not the only sign. So let's go to another signal, guys. This is a token, you probably heard about it over on Twitter. This is Bonk. This is basically a meme token on Solana, on the Solana chain. So what we are often seeing when Bitcoin is forming a local top, we often see meme coins taking off. When meme coins are taking off, it's often a signal, okay, we are close to the end. You know, when you read in the newspaper, or this guy made $1 million with this meme token, such as this and this and that. Often that means, doesn't mean that we are at the exact top, but often it means that we are getting closer to a macro top. So these are some signs that I'm looking at. Okay, that is not really the most bullish signs. I got a message from my dad also the other day about Bitcoin being in the newspaper. So I was also a bit like, okay, he's messaging me about that. Like, he's not that much into it. He's just reading the newspaper. He reads about Bitcoin. He sends me a picture. Yeah, guys. And another sign that we have is the volatility index. This I've been sharing with you guys yesterday. Volatility index shows some bullish divergences. It's at a very important support level. The volatility index is basically what the stablecoin dominance is for Bitcoin, but then for the regular financial markets. The volatility index shows the volatility in the regular financial markets, but when this chart goes up, the S&P 500 goes down. When this chart goes down, the S&P 500 goes up. So you can see right here, when this went down, the S&P 500 goes up. But maybe in this period, we could consolidate and then get a bounce from these low volatility levels. I'm not saying that this is necessarily going to happen. We just have to try and be objective when we look at these markets. Also, when we have a look at derivatives exchange data over on worldportal.com, this is on the daily time frame, we can see that the fear and greed index definitely from this year has been one of the highest. Right, we are at the highest levels of fear and greed index, so there is probably the most greed right now in the markets compared to basically the whole year. Again, this is still, it is okay, it can go on for a very long time, these greedy levels, but just in general terms, like, you also see this around the top. The funding rates are pretty stable, positive, they are very positive actually. When we have a look at previous time in the year when it was this positive, eventually the price was going down. The open interest is also still quite positive, so there is still a chance of a flush coming in. And guys, if you like this data and if you want to have this data presented to you daily, every 24 hours, about what's happening with all of these things combined, like, is the funding rates going down, is the funding rates going up in the shorter term time frame, we are putting out a AI generated report every 24 hours that is explaining exactly what is happening with the markets only based on derivatives exchange data. And that report is actually pretty solid, I have to say. Of course, it will not say exactly like, yeah, no, today Bitcoin will go up. You will never have that certainty, right? But he will look at, okay, the open interest went down, well, price went down, the volume went up, well, price went down, while the funding went down. Okay, this is actually all in a mix, pretty bullish or positive signs for Bitcoin in the shorter term time frame, right? So definitely check out Will Alerts, because that report is every 24 hours, every morning, that is being sent to the Will Alerts private Telegram channel, which you can join for free just by being an active trader on one of these exchanges that we are recommending, right? Bybit, BingX, or BitGet. So check that out in the link down below. Definitely worth it, especially this bull market. If you don't want to wake up and get lost in all the data over on Twitter and all the other things that you are reading, you just want to have one simple report which explains you what happened and basically the health of the market conditions, then definitely check that out. Sooner or later we'll try to implement this in a shorter version on the website as well. We are working very hard on our end to make updates on the websites, and I can tell you already, guys, it is super excited for me. Because every time we are working on something new comes up, and it's just evolving all the time, and we can feel also the excitement in that Will Alerts chat as a lot of people are giving positive reactions, and it's getting really, really fun. And it's also, we really getting an edge because all the calls that we've made over on Will Alerts, but also right here on the channel, have been doing really good. We have definitely been nailing 2023 by far, and we have made so many good trades. Although we don't catch these trades like Bonk, for example, we did catch a lot of trades with probably lower risk and pretty good returns too. So yeah, guys, this is just what I wanted to share in today's video. Is Bitcoin right here topping out, and can we see a correction maybe down to the support of this channel? To be honest, guys, I really don't know. Like, if we're on a 16-year cycle, this thing, and we get an ETF approval, maybe this thing just continues to go up, right? We don't know. But if we just have a really rational look at the markets, so we just have a really rational look, and we can see, okay, stablecoin dominance is at a macro support, Bitcoin is at a macro resistance, meme coins are taking off, probably the S&P 500 will start to correct, the funding rates are positive, crypto fear and greed index is at the highest levels of the years. All of these things combined, rationally definitely shows us that this is overheated, overextended, and that we potentially can get a correction from these levels. But if we first, for example, do something like this, where we, like I said, where we just come down and tap that support, make a triple bullish divergence, and then go up, that's also possible, right? That's also possible, maybe even likely, because we get a ETF approval maybe in January, right? So maybe that is even a more likely outcome, which in the short-term time frame is still bullish, but over the next months ahead, we're talking about the midterm time frame, it can be bearish, as this will like basically come up a little bit, right? So like I said, if we would be in a regular 4-year cycle, if that is your belief system, that you think we are in a regular 4-year cycle, then I would say this is definitely not a bad time to take some midterm profits. So I'm not talking about profits for next week, right? That really short term. I'm talking about midterm profits just by the signs that we are seeing. And if maybe Bitcoin shoots still up to 45, 47, 46, okay, that's definitely possible. And hey, it maybe even go higher. But just rationally speaking, looking at the signs, meme coins going through the roof, Bitcoin being in the news, stablecoin at massive support, bearish divergence on Bitcoin, bullish divergence on stablecoin, Bitcoin dominance also at support. That is also something, because at support probably this one goes up. And when the Bitcoin dominance goes up, that can actually mean two things. That means or the Bitcoin price goes really up, or the Bitcoin price goes really down. So there's a chance that it's going down as well. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. We have been looking at the fractal with 2020, and I still really love that fractal, guys, and we can have a quick look at it as well. Only right now it's deviating a little bit from that fractal, so we have that 10-day moving average right here. So we broke below, had a retest of that rising wedge formation with that bearish divergence. Then we got a rally. Then we come back to that support a little bit. But it's important to get a break above that 10-day moving average. But if we look at the price action right now, then we haven't really got that break yet. So we broke below the 10-day moving average. We had a rally, tried to break above it, but we didn't manage it. And then we basically got rejected. So I would like to see a break and close above the 10-day moving average. If that happens, we might have a 60-day cycle low, so we get again some strength early in the 60-day cycle, because often early in the 60-day cycle we do get a little bit strength, and then we maybe get another push. But from the midterm perspective, looking at all these signals, there is the probability, let's say it like this, the probability that we are getting to a midterm top that will correct over the course of couple months, couple weeks to couple months is definitely increasing. But okay guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed today's video guys. If so, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. And guys, I want to say one thing that is very important. I've made a lot of tutorials over on Bybit, and if you go to my channel right here, like let's say go to youtube.com, you go to my channel, I made a playlist actually about all of these tutorials. And the good thing about it is that if you watch all of these tutorials, here we have it, Bybit tutorials. If you watch all of these tutorials, I actually explain in a lot of different ways how you can set up certain systems where you can earn a passive income. So we talk about copy trading, and it's not just basically copy random traders. No, I'm explaining you exactly how to pick the right copy traders, how to diversify, how to minimize the risk basically. I'm coming with a new video about that pretty soon as well. We're going into trading bots, where I'm also talking about strategies in these trading bots. When should you use this trading bot? When should you use that trading bot? When should you close it? How do you monitor these things? I'm explaining it all right here. I'm also explaining about the futures martingale trading bot, how you can basically double down on losing trades. That is this specific trading bot. I'm also talking about Trade GPT, which is like a kind of chat GPT, but then for trading, which gives crazy answers. Definitely worth to watch it. I'm talking about webhooks, where you can basically connect strategies in TradingView with your Bybit account to completely automate your trading. And this video actually only has 478 views, but this one is actually kind of crazy because there is a hidden feature in Bybit that basically allows you to trade with leverage without paying mostly any fees. So when I'm sometimes checking in my Bybit account, I can see the amount of fees that I paid is more than thousands of dollars per month, sometimes only on fees, right? And if you use chase limit orders, or you watch this video, I will explain you exactly how you can do it. You can save a lot on those fees, like really significant amount. And that's basically for the ones that have a higher trading volume. It's so much worth it to watch. This costs 10 minutes of your life, and you probably save on a lifetime thousands of bucks. So definitely check that out. And we also made a lot of Bitcoin trading strategies, which I think is very nice as free content that you can just watch on YouTube, right? You can just invest some time, like 10 minutes per video, sometimes a little bit longer, but it will broaden your perspective. It will give you better insights on how you can analyze the market. So definitely guys, make sure to watch these videos. And of course, we also have the cycle section where you can check all the cycles, the 18.6 year cycles, the 16 year cycle, the 7 year cycle. And yeah, definitely important to watch these videos as well, as it is really, it has a lot to do with the price action, what we are seeing right now. And guys, let me know in the comment section what you think is going to happen with Bitcoin. Do you get angry with me for being a little bit cautious right here, or putting out some warning signals, or do you agree? I'm very curious. I will do a poll later on YouTube and on Twitter. So yeah guys, that was it for today's video. Wish you all a beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.